Welcome to my YouTube automotive channel. In today's video I have 2015 Chevrolet Traverse, and I will be talking about main problems and issues, but from my own experience as a used car salesman. Over the years I've sold lots of these vehicles, and they all come with certain issues, and in this video I will mention that. So this video can also be used as a buyer's guide in case you are planning to buy one of these. This video should apply to Chevy Traverses, the first generation, made from 2009 all the way up to 2017. Also, if this video was helpful, please consider supporting the channel by liking the video, subscribing to the channel, or becoming a channel member. Okay, now typically in these kind of videos I always first talk about the body, rust issues and things like that, but from my experience these vehicles don't have any major rust issues. I often get them even from the areas where lots of salt is used in the winters, and I've never had any major like rusted rockers issue or undercarriage or even the body. So I will skip that part and I will start talking about the main problems of these vehicles, and those are the timing chains. All of these vehicles come powered by a 3.6 liter VVT engine. VVT stands for variable valve timing, and they have issues with timing chain, just like I mentioned. Now what pretty much happens quite often, the chain will stretch, and then you will hear like a loose rattling sound when the engine is idling, and then with time you'll get also check engine light on, the engine will start misfiring and things like that. And unfortunately, out of five of these vehicles that I get, at least two will have some kind of timing chain noise, and it's a quite big job actually to replace it. So what you want to do if you're on the market to buy one of these vehicles, you want to listen to that engine, you want to test drive the vehicle and really listen to that chain if you hear any kind of rattling coming from it, even if the check engine light is not on. Second thing, it's always a good idea to come with a small scanner just to try and see the history codes on the vehicle, if there was any code in the past that was deleted. What I can suggest to prolong the life of a timing chain, just do regular full synthetic oil changes, and that should keep this timing chain alive longer. But you have to keep in mind, even if you buy this vehicle in good condition, you might have to invest some money in the near future into timing chain just to make sure it doesn't stretch out and damage the engine, right? So that's the most expensive part of these vehicles and something that most often it goes wrong. But like I said, doesn't happen always, doesn't happen on every Traverse, just be careful. Other than that, these are good and reliable engines. They can last long if properly maintained. Second thing I will mention are the catalytic converters. Quite often I get these vehicles with P0420 code, which points towards catalytic converter. I'm gonna say maybe 1 in 5 will have that code, and the catalytic converter will have to be replaced. This shouldn't really happen, but if people drive with misfire, check engine light on, and just ignore it, then with time that could damage the catalytic converter, which in turn, if it's damaged and plugged up, it's gonna damage all other components. So it's all kind of connected, right? So if you get like a misfire or something like that, make sure to do that tune-up and avoid expensive fixes. Another common code I get on these vehicles is P0496, valve stock open, so it's a problem with the EVAP purge valve. It's nothing too expensive to fix, you can even do it by yourself, but common symptoms are hesitation and cranking, hard start. And I will show you now the location of it. So you want to remove this top cover just by pulling it up. First you actually have to remove this oil cap. Then you want to remove the cover, and this is the valve, right? It's quite easy to replace it. if you get P0496, and these symptoms I mentioned. This is quite common in these vehicles, but it's not a major repair. But I wanted to mention it just in case. Okay, these are now all the main issues. I've never had, honestly, problems with transmissions on these vehicles. Really never. I've seen some complaints online from people, but my experience was not that. Never had any kind of issues with those, so we'll not even talk about it. What I noticed sometimes as well, the CD player, the CD gets stuck inside and you cannot remove it, and then you keep getting like the error message displayed on the screen, and it's actually interior radio failure. It didn't happen too often to me, but I think like 5 or 6 times I had to replace this radio. So it's probably worth mentioning in this video as well. Now, if you have a Traverse with rear AC, rear air conditioning, that can be quite problematic actually, because the AC lines that go towards the back of the vehicle, they often get warped, damaged, whatever, and then you will get AC leaking, and that's really expensive actually to fix. So I'll try to show you those lines if I can get under the vehicle, but there are 2 ways: either to replace the complete lines, which can be up to $2,000 to fix because there's lots of labor and even the parts are quite expensive. Usually you have to get it from the franchise dealer, and the other option is just to do the rear AC delete. So you just kind of cut the rear lines, patch them up, and then the vehicle will have only the front AC. That's actually what most of the people are doing. If you experience this problem, it's really up to you. Like deleting rear AC, it's not too expensive. You just get the kit for it and do it. It's like 1 hour labor, nothing much. But if you have to replace the complete lines, that can be an issue. Actually, try to show you, right? So these are the lines, you see, and they go all the way from the front of the vehicle. You see, all the way to the back of the vehicle, and these can get damaged down here, and unfortunately these cannot be patched just like that, at least to my knowledge, and it can be really a big job to fix it. See, so that's why I'm saying most of people will just do the delete. So what happens, the lines are just cut, plugged up, and then you have only the front AC. Something similar often happens on Dodge Grand Caravans as well, but yeah, that's something that has to be mentioned for sure. So if you're buying this vehicle and the AC is not working at all, or the rear AC is not working, you want to lie under the vehicle and just inspect those lines all the way from the engine up there all the way to the back, and see if they are maybe cut, plugged, or damaged. Okay, now what else? Oh yes, something that always happens and fails on pretty much every Chevy Traverse I had are the power window switches. This driver's side, so these switches stopped working. So for example, you can only like open the window or only close, but not the other way around. Power mirror switch, same thing. And even on the passenger side, this power window switch often fails. Now there is a thing about it. If you own 2009 to 2012, it's quite easy to replace it because this panel just pops out. But if you own 2013 to 2017, you have to actually remove the complete door panel to be able to access those switches and then push them out from the inside. If you don't do it, you will just damage your door panel and this trim piece. Switches themselves, they're not too expensive. You can buy them like online or eBay, Amazon, any car parts store for like 20-30 bucks. It's really not a big deal, but it involves quite a bit of labor on newer models because you have to take off the panel, and I believe I should have this video on my channel as well on newer models. I know I recorded it, but I will publish it as well if it's not published, so you can find it there in case you have to do it. So that's something to keep in mind. If you're buying this vehicle, make sure to test all of the switches on all of the doors, right? What might happen? So this switch, for example, for the left rear door will not work here on the front driver door panel, but if you try it on the rear door, it's gonna work. So that will tell you this switch probably failed, right? Now these switches can also be fixed, probably cleaned. I've seen a bunch of videos online as well. It's up to you what you want to do, but to do that you also have to remove it, right? So it's a bit of a labor. So that's gonna be pretty much everything, I think. I can also probably mention this front hood strut and the tailgate struts. The liftgate struts also often have to be replaced. They just stop holding the hood, but that's nothing too hard to replace or do. It's pretty straightforward. That's the last thing I will mention. Other than that, that's everything I wanted to say. Yeah, I hope this video will not scare you away. I mean, absolutely every vehicle on the market has its own flaws, and the purpose of this video is to show you the flaws of this specific make and model, right? So I don't get discouraged. These are pretty good vehicles, solid, robust vehicles, safe on the road. This engine is actually quite reliable, other than the timing chain issues, which if the vehicle is maintained and in case it has some issues, it's fixed on time, it can serve you quite for a long time. Okay, that's pretty much everything. Thank you for watching this video. I hope it was helpful and educational. If it was, please like it and consider subscribing to my YouTube automotive channel. On my channel there is lots of how-to videos, do-it-yourself videos, car reviews, product reviews and other similar automotive topics.